remain standing. Curtis Brown will deliver our invocation.
If you would join me in prayer. Almighty and gracious God, all of us gathered together here today, thank you for the abundant blessings you have given us, life and freedom and friendships and your faithfulness towards us. We ask for your blessings on each other today, for physical and mental and spiritual well-being for our members, our speaker, and our guests. Together we want to ask your blessings on others. So we ask you to bless with peace all people in conflict today. Bless with healing and comfort all those who are suffering today. And finally, we ask that you bless each of us with the wisdom and strength to do our part in serving those in need as you lead us to do. In your name we ask all these blessings. Amen. And I want to introduce our guests as being seated. First, Austin Parker, as I call your name, if you would stand. Austin Parker is a guest of Stan Parker. Liz and Aaron, many of us know, guest of her husband. Liz has visited with us many times. There's Liz. I saw her earlier. Don't see her now. Joanne Diaz, the guest of Dr. Daniel Smith. Thank you for being here. Our next guest, I didn't realize was a guest, but Josh Teetons, it says is a guest of John Gimble here. I thought Josh was a member. And next I want to introduce my guest, Roberto Papadas, the new director of Waco Library System. Moved to Waco from Houston 3 weeks ago. Welcome to Waco. And Kevin Stevenson, I'm going to let you introduce your guest. I'm not sure of pronunciation.
This is my summer intern in Providence.
Good. Welcome. And last we have a visiting Rotarian, Eric Van Gotham. Eric, where are you from?
So I live in Dallas. I was accidentally.
Good. Welcome to Waco. Thank you all for being here.
So today I have the pleasure of recognizing one of our own. This is our Paul Harris Fellow recognition. For those of you who are not familiar with the Paul Harris Fellow, it recognizes Rotarians who contribute $1,000 or more to the Rotary Foundation. Since it was founded 100 years ago, the foundation has spent more than $4 billion on life-changing, sustainable projects. Through our giving to the foundation, we make a global impact in addition to our local community. A portion of our giving returns to our own club to impact our community. Notable figures that have been named Paul Harris Fellows include U.S. President Jimmy Carter, astronaut James Lovell, and polio vaccine developer Jonas Salk. Today, we recognize Dr. Daniel Smith as a Paul Harris Fellow +6. Daniel's receiving a pen with the Ruby level chip and a certificate, and we thank you so much for your giving. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Smith. I also want to recognize one of our own, Sabrina Moore. She's not here today, but feel free to send her a message and give her your congratulations. She was one of the 2024 Waco Under 40 honorees. I kind of looked at her and said, I didn't realize you were that young. Why are you hanging out with me? But the Waco Under 40 celebrates dynamic young leaders under 40 in the County. So congratulations to Sabrina. Please send your noteworthy achievements and honors to Joanne at the Waco Rotary email because we want to celebrate all of our amazing Rotarians. Now, on to August birthdays. If you're here, please stand so that we can wish you a happy birthday. And Larry Caroline City, one of our out the names. Michael Baldwin, I know you're here. Spencer Brown, Gary Coley, John Dietz, David Hicks, Bill Holsey, James Jackson, Evan Claris, Matt Matters, Rosemary Refuse, Philip Reeder, Edward Sulak, and Daryl Vickers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Rotarians. Happy birthday to you.
All right, without further ado, I invite Carolyn to come up and introduce our speaker.
Rotarians, I'm honored to introduce our speaker today. Many of you already know her, Carolyn Bess, Executive Director of the Waco Symphony Association. Product of Waco, Texas, Carolyn's father was a long-time Rotarian in this club, and is now a retired ophthalmologist, and her mother was Director of Christian Education at First Presbyterian Church. She graduated in 1989 from Vanguard Preparatory School here in Waco as co-valedictorian. She was feature editor of the Vanguard Review School newspaper and played flute in the band, and in addition studied piano for 12 years. She graduated cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in English from the University of the South, where she studied organ, design, and university choir. One summer, she studied 18th century literature, art history, and music at Oxford University. She's way over my head. Subsequently, she received her Master of Arts degree from William College, followed by a 25-year career as head of public programs at the Dallas Museum of Art. She became Executive Director of our own Waco Symphony in 2021, working to perpetuate the 50-year success of the symphony and support the expansion of local art offerings, so important to the quality of life here in Waco. She's married to Craig Bess, who's Director of Leadership Development for Freedom and Christ Ministries. Please help me welcome Carolyn to update us on the happenings at the Waco Symphony.
Thank you so much, Harry. I'm delighted to be with all of you here today to share a little more about the Waco Symphony and to give you a sneak peek at our upcoming season that is starting soon, as well as a variety of our initiatives. So just to start simply, the Waco Symphony's mission is to present live classical music that will enrich the lives of our community. And our vision statement goes a bit further by saying music transcends all national, racial, social, and economic barriers and serves both as a link to our past and a bridge to our future. And when you stop to think about how divided our country can be today, music is really a universal language and a powerful art form that can bring people together. One thing that I think is distinctly unique and special about the Waco Symphony is the caliber of soloists that we've been fortunate to present over the years. This is a little photo excerpt of a wall in our office. I like to call it the Wall of Fame. There's a list of people who come to solo with the Waco Symphony. It's like a list of who's who in classical music superstars. It includes pianist Dan Clyburn, Emmanuel Axe, and Andre Watts, cellist Yo-Yo Ma, who's with us in the right corner, violinists Itzhak Perlman and Inga Sickerman, Joshua Bell, and Midori, opera icons Renee Fleming and Denise Graves, the piano voice choir, just to name a few. We typically have 4 classical concerts annually, then nutcracker performances during the holidays, and 1 pop concert in the spring. And some of the pop's headliners over the years have included Art Garfunkel, Lyle Lovett and his Acoustic Group, Broadway star Norm Lewis, saxophonist Brenda Marsalis, and musical tributes to the Beatles and ABBA. So there's a little something for everyone. It's fantastic that Waco is able to support bringing these world-class musicians to our community. And it's really through your ticket sales, council memberships, board service, sponsorship commitments, and advertising that all of you in our community partner with us to make our mission come to life. It's also notable that the Waco Symphony has only had 2 music directors in our 62-year history. The first, Daniel Sternberg, who served from 1962 to 87, and then Stephen Hyde, our now music director emeritus, who served for 35 years from 1987 to his retirement in 2022. And the long tenure of those 2 music directors that really created an atmosphere of artistic excellence, depth, maturity, and continuity among our musicians. And the Symphony patron recently said, "While I always love coming to hear the guest soloists, I love hearing the pieces performed by our local musicians. The Waco Symphony is truly a gem in Waco's crown." You might not know that many other cities in Texas, regionally of our same size, their orchestras often import a lot of their musicians from larger cities. And that certainly happened a good bit in our first 25 years. So we have Maestro Hyde to thank for really focusing on and developing the musical talent here in our community. On any given Waco Symphony concert, it's pretty typical to have about 80 musicians on stage. About 2/3 of those musicians live here in our community and in the Central Texas area. Many of our principal players are Baylor music faculty, and even though the WSO is a union orchestra, we have a unique provision in our contract that allows us, and truly, I think maybe unique throughout the country, we can hire up to 20 Baylor music student interns who audition and are paid to play with the WSO during their college years. It's a fantastic professional experience building and mentoring opportunity. So in many cases, you have professors and students sitting and performing the same great music side by side. We just recently hired our 3rd music director and conductor after an 18-month search, after receiving more than 100 applications from all across the country and around the world. And our search committee and board is delighted to welcome Lawrence Lowe to lead our artistic efforts. And informally, he goes by Larry, so you'll hear me refer to him that way. And from my perspective, his musicality, his enthusiasm and energy, his creative approach, his great sense of humor are a perfect fit for us as we broaden our horizons and seek to engage new audiences in our community. Born in California and raised in Pennsylvania, Larry has led more than a dozen orchestras across the country and even in South Korea during his career. He holds graduate degrees in conducting from Yale University and Indiana University and served in significant positions with the Syracuse Orchestra, Pittsburgh Symphony, Colorado Symphony, and the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. If you've attended any of the DSO's holiday pop concerts in the past 15 years, Larry was likely the conductor. He served as an assistant conductor there about 20 years ago because the staff there and musicians respect him so highly. And just on a personal note, Larry and his wife Jennifer have a son, Charlie, who is studying chemistry and music at Brown University. Charlie's a violinist and studied at the Aspen Music Festival this summer. We have a daughter, Hillary, who is starting in a few weeks at the University of Connecticut studying business. Larry conducted our Sci-Fi Spectacular concert on Eclipse Weekend in April and is a self-confessed Star Wars geek, as you can see here on full display when he donned his Mandalorian helmet for a social media video. During the concert itself, he led several fun audience interactive moments and his great sense of humor shone through when he narrated a plot summary of Star Wars at warp speed. Some highlights from that particular concert for me included a team from NASA coming all the way from DC to Waco. They called me literally and said, "This is NASA calling. We're bringing a team of 12 to Waco. How can we support your efforts?" So their director of planetary research gave an update on all of their new discoveries about what people could experience during the eclipse. I loved hearing the WSO perform the main theme for Interstellar, which has this fabulous organ moment. I'd never heard that piece live before. And I loved how musicians and audience members alike dressed up as their favorite sci-fi characters. That many of you can recognize Dr. Sharon and Charlie Stern as Trekkies, and Dr. Rod Ritchie as Obi-Wan Kenobi, standing next to Gary Cogill, who's an Emmy Award-winning film critic. He served as our host for that concert and shared insights about the iconic sci-fi films that were paired with our music selections. So now I'll give you a sneak peek of our upcoming season, New Frontiers. We selected this theme for this moment in our history because we're welcoming a new music director to chart a new artistic vision for us. And we'll also explore composers and works from both the past and our present day who are groundbreaking. Larry's artistic approach pairs masterworks from the past with works by newer composers, all in the same concert. So some of the new composers we'll enjoy this year are Missy Mazzoli, Roberto Marquez, and Quinn Mason, who's a young, up-and-coming, and very talented composer living in Dallas, who will come to Waco to be with us to hear his piece debut. Our season opener on October 3rd features pianist Orly Shahan playing Rhapsody in Blue, a jazzy showstopper of a piece celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And some of you who attend the Symphony regularly likely heard her brother, violinist Gil Shahan, who performed with us 2 years ago and was amazing. Orly is the co-host of the NPR show From the Top, which features young up-and-coming musicians. She's the winner of an Avery Fisher Career Grant and is a faculty member at the Juilliard School. The season opening concert also features the WSO playing Aaron Copland's powerful Third Symphony, which is one of the most iconic American symphonies, and it features his popular fanfare, The Common Man. Then on November 7th, we welcome pianist John Nakamatsu back to perform with the WSO for the second time. He appeared for the first time in 2000, just 4 years after he won the gold medal at the Clyburn International Piano Competition, which is the most rigorous and challenging piano competition in the world, and it's hosted in Fort Worth. John has an amazing success story. He is a high school German teacher turned concert pianist. And he'll be in the hot seat this June because he's one of the 3 jurors for the Clyburn competition. When he's with us, he'll perform Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2, and we'll hear the WSO play Beethoven's Eroica Symphony, which was inspired by the memory of a hero and is one of the most revolutionary symphonies ever written. Then on December 14th and 15th, we'll team up with the Ballet Frontier of Texas, based in Fort Worth. We're pairing up with them for the 5th consecutive year to present only performances in about a 95-mile radius of Waco. That the Nutcracker is the only one with the live orchestra outside of Dallas and Austin. Dr. Bo Benson will conduct that for us, and more than 50 local student dancers will have the opportunity to dance as angels or party children or Chinese dancers So auditions for that are coming up on September 7th. If you have a daughter or granddaughter in your family who would relish that opportunity, put that date on your calendar. I certainly grew up attending the Nutcracker every year. My aunt was a professional clarinetist with the Houston Symphony. We would drive down to Waco. At the time when I was growing up here, Waco did not have its own Nutcracker performances. I'm pretty, thankful and proud that we as a community can support a really quality production here, and that families locally don't have to drive to Austin, Dallas, or Houston to experience Tchaikovsky's Holiday Classic. Our concertmaster, Stu Jacobson, and I are tremendously excited about our soloist on January 21st. Ray Chen will be playing Tchaikovsky's Violin Concerto. A little bit about Ray. He was born in Taiwan and raised in Australia. Started playing the violin at age 4, and at age 8, soloed with the Queensland Philharmonic Orchestra. He played at the opening of the celebration of the 1998 Winter Olympics in Nagano, Japan. And on Bastille Day in 2015 in Paris, played in front of 800,000 people. Ray, I hope you can read that. Ray won first prize at the coveted Queen Elizabeth competition, among others. He was accepted to the Curtis Institute of Music at age 15, very early, and just a superstar. He adopted innovative social media strategies 10 years ago, started creating these creative and hilarious videos that were really introducing classical music to new audiences. They're sparking a new generation of music lovers. He's even developed an app called Tonic that is designed to build community and motivate musicians to practice together, even though they're in different parts of the world. Ray plays on the Dolphin Stradivarius violin dating back to 1714, which is on loan to him through the Nippon Foundation. So it'll be an amazing opportunity here in Waco to hear this superstar who has nearly 1 million followers on Instagram, has won the greatest competitions, and his playing is just joyful. Ray says, there's the joy that's inherent in music is meant to be shared. And he just simply radiates joy when he plays. So I hope you'll come and experience it firsthand. And on the second half of that concert, the WSO will perform Prokofiev's Symphony No. 5, which Prokofiev wrote only during the span of 1 month in the summer of 1944 during World War II. And he said, I feel it's a hymn to free and happy man, to his mighty powers, his noble and pure spirit. Then our Pops concert next spring will be pretty epic. Saturday, March 22nd, when the WSO performs Jurassic Park in concert. We're playing John Williams' iconic film score while you watch the full-length feature film projected in HD on a giant screen hung above the musicians. And our new music director, Larry Lowe, has such an expertise in conducting these full-length feature films in concert. And it takes a real talent. There are so many different aspects to coordinate all at the same time. Larry worked on several occasions with John Williams himself. And this action-packed adventure pits man against prehistoric predators in the ultimate battle for survival. So watch for more details on our website for some fun educational opportunities that will sort of get inside the art and science of Jurassic Park. We're going to have a partnership with the Mayborn Museum. And, orchestras who present this type of programming say that it's not unusual for half of the audience coming to these film concerts to be experiencing a live orchestra for the very first time. So this is a strategic decision on our part as we want to welcome new and younger audiences. And we hope that will happen. Then our season finale will take us on a scenic journey. We're calling it From Yellowstone to the Mountaintop, will feature not one, but two soloists. Principal clarinet from the New York Philharmonic, Anthony McGill, will perform Richard Vanderpoor's clarinet concerto. It's called From the Mountaintop and inspired by one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s iconic speeches. And the WSO will perform Saint-Saëns Organ Symphony with Bradley Hunter Welch as the soloist. Bradley is the resident organist at the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. He's also a Baylor alum. And then also on that program, one piece that was specifically requested to resonate with our New Frontiers theme is Brian Tyler's main theme to the iconic TV series Yellowstone. It's only 2.5 minutes long, but it's really captivating. And if I can manage to convince Sheriff Arnold McNamara's nephew, Taylor Sheridan, writer and director of the Yellowstone series, to come to Waco for an on-stage Q&A, I'm going to give it a go, but I know he's a busy guy. I will try. So the new season tickets, actually, this is a great day to be in front of you. They go on sale today. And season tickets include the 4 classical concerts. The Nutcracker and Jurassic Park in concert are special performances outside of the subscription. If you subscribed last year and you haven't renewed your seats yet, this is the week to do so. You have through Sunday, this Sunday, August 18th. Individual concert tickets go on sale September 5th. And you're welcome to take the brochures on the table home with you and share them with friends and colleagues. Just hope that you'll come out this year and experience all that WSO has to offer. I'm really thankful to Kathy Davis and her team at Seat House Creative for all of their marketing work with us. We are in the process of redesigning the website. There'll be a lot more that you can purchase tickets directly through wacosymphony.com. The website will be expanded in the weeks ahead and relaunched. And for a few minutes, I want to tell you just a little bit more, shift gears, and tell you a little bit more about our educational efforts, which really sometimes fly under the radar, but I wish were better known. But they're certainly core to our mission. In 1991, we established the Waco Symphony Youth Orchestra, thanks to a grant from the Cooper Foundation. It's led by music director Bill Denson, who is the director of orchestras at Midway High School. He's also the music director of the Temple Symphony Orchestra. And last year, the WSYO grew to its largest ensemble in our more than 30-year history, with more than 50 students in the 8th to 12th grades auditioning to participate. The students come from all over Central Texas, from private schools, public schools, home schools, who come together, rehearse for 8 weeks before their fall and their spring concerts. These concerts are free and open to the public, and I hope you'll mark your calendars and come out and support these talented local musicians. Many of them are winning awards at the state level, and their concerts are about an hour long and a great way to introduce young children and families to a love of symphonic music. Our youth orchestra has become a training ground for some rising stars, and I want to share one success story with you. Mia Orozco-Kelso grew up in Lorena here, went on to pursue, she played at the WSYO, she went on to Baylor and studied the violin, became concertmaster of the Baylor Symphony Orchestra, interned with the WSO during her college years, and developed a love of fiddling. She went on to really persevere and excel. She debuted at the Grand Ole Opry, which is what you see here on the left, and was invited back to the WSO to be a soloist in 2022. And Mia is a prime example of how the Waco Symphony is really dedicated to training up the next generation of musicians here in our community. We believe passionately that music is important to fostering students' creativity and sharpening their skills in so many ways, and that ranges from critical thinking to math to artistic expression. And I know for me personally, performing in front of an audience taught me leadership and it builds self-confidence. And studies show time and time again that students involved in music programs are more apt to stay in school and to thrive. Through our Adopt a School initiative, we've formed long-time partnerships with 2 Waco ISD middle schools, Tennyson Middle School Orchestra, and the Waco Montessori Band. And we raise support annually to buy or repair instruments for those students, purchase new music for their concerts, and provide free tickets to the Waco Symphony for them and their families, just to really encourage and inspire them to continue pursuing their music. This year, we raised support for outreach initiatives to send small groups of our WSO musicians into both of those schools to lead master classes and many performances for them. And one of my goals, and I know Jerry's too, who's very community-minded, is that you'll see more of the WSO out in the community, outside the confines of Waco Hall, out where people are living, and we to perform again at the hospitals around holidays, go into memory care centers, and that's just scratching the surface of what I hope we can do community-wide in years to come. So you can partner with us and network by helping us connect to community leaders and organizations where music matters have an impact on people's daily lives. You can also partner with us by joining the Waco Symphony Council. This year, the council president is none other than Liz Garand, and the council welcomes both men and women as members. The council supports the symphony through volunteer service, fundraising, and youth education. And joining the council is a fun way to socialize with like-minded music lovers. Members gather in homes for preview parties to hear Mike Lowe share insights about upcoming concerts. And education is really a priority for the council, both for adults, as all of us, as lifelong learners, as well as for students. For decades, actually more than 70 years now, the council has organized and subsidized our annual children's concerts. 3 concerts offered in one day for $1 per student. This initiative is in partnership with the Baylor Symphony Orchestra, currently under the leadership of Maestro Miguel Trofidovia. So nearly 6,000 students, all the 4th and 5th grade students in our area, no matter private, public, or homeschooled, are able to come to these concerts. And for most of them, it's the first time they've ever experienced an orchestra live. And when they come out, they pile off the buses into Waco Hall, have this experience, and seeing the joy on their and the excitement on their faces when they come out is simply priceless. And the teachers tell us afterwards that it really is often a spark. So you can hear them talking about, I want to try to play the clarinet. So it's often that little spark that will cause them to pick up an instrument and start practicing or be motivated to start taking music lessons. The council also organizes our Bells and Brass program, which is a leadership and volunteer opportunity for high school sophomore and junior women and junior young men. So throughout the year, they serve as greeters at our concerts, experience team and skill building opportunities, participate in a music education seminar, and get to socialize with their peers across a variety of schools. And Bells and Brass are presented in the spring of their junior year. And you see here some of the photos from this last year's presentation and gala. And registration is now open for this year's program, if you know anyone who might be interested. Our young professionals in Concerto Circle enjoy social gatherings, and their season ticket package includes pre-concert appetizers and cocktails at Diamondbacks this year, which makes for a great night out or a great networking opportunity before our concerts. So really, no matter your age or stage, the Waco Symphony offers community and camaraderie centering on a shared love of music. We have seats just waiting to be filled, I hope, by many of you. So I hope you'll join us. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, or I'm happy to talk with you informally after we finish. Thank you so much. Does anyone have questions? Bill?
I'm just curious, for the Jurassic Park event, do they have a special soundtrack that like has the dialogue but not the music?
That's correct. Right. You will hear the spoken parts of the film coming through the speakers, but the orchestra plays the full score live by John Williams. So it's an interesting coordination. Technically, we do have to bring in 2 or more technicians to help make all of this possible. Larry has a sort of monitor in front of him and also a click track that sort of helps him keep pace with the music, with the film sequences. It's a fascinating choreography of everything coming together. Any other questions? Did I see that over here? Kathy?
I was going to see if you would share some of the feedback during the music director search that all of those folks said about the Symphony and the time that they were going through that interview process.
Yeah, that's a good question. So sharing the feedback that we got from, so we brought 4, as I mentioned, we had more than 100 applicants for the position. We narrowed it down first to 9, did Zoom interviews with the 9, narrowed it to 4 finalists, and brought each of those 4 finalists to Waco to conduct a classical concert and to interview with the board and the community members. And we heard so many of us, so they had this intensive week-long experience here in Waco, 4 rehearsals with the orchestra and conducting a concert and meeting everyone. And they uniformly were so impressed by the quality of our local musicians. They felt real, and especially Larry said, what really stood out to him is just the chemistry he felt with the WSO. They all said how quickly they could tell that this is such a warm and welcoming and supportive community that's really proud that we have a symphony of this caliber in our community. They felt that level of support. I think they were really intrigued by the partnership with Baylor University and the student intern program and principals, being professors. So there's a unique relationship that the WSO has with Baylor, and that's intriguing to them as well. Anyone else? Thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for coming and sharing and being a part of our program today. And thank you, Curtis, and to everyone who contributed to our program today. I would like to re-welcome our guests. We'd love to have you back. If you will now stand for our Norway test.
Where they cover in the D's and the free.
All right. I hope they learn something.
So kids are both still going?
They're still going. Patrick's in Paris. He went to the Olympics.
I'll look at my schedule.
I was behind you. You driving a Volvo? Okay, I was pulling in behind you. I actually parked on the front row.
We don't have to go. Okay. Take care.
church, and he didn't take it all the chicken. I was like, oh, the strip. He just took it, which we tell him to take it. Like, he didn't leave me in. He's all that. So we had to
got all the way through season ticket. I got all the way through.
Oh, y'all couldn't do it?
Well, I think it was very
Good to see you. Good to see you. Better not forget my name tag here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be in trouble too.
I love it.
I talk to Bud once a week. He's on my phone. But it just occurred to me, talking about all different things. I said, good Lord, Arnold's got to be pushing 100.
Yeah.
Because
Good program, Julian. Good program. So, yeah.
These are empty now.
I know John Gimble and I were back here because there's another one over here, and she was telling us about it. But that's how we used to catalog all of these.
Dewey Decimal.
Dewey Decimal. All day in the library.